Good afternoon to one and all. Welcome to sisyaclass. Uh, I hope you're all doing great. Okay. So EAPCET series, it's been quite a long journey. I mean, short as well as long in terms of duration. And one more thing, it's almost like this is the almost pre-climax of calculus. దీని తర్వాత ఒకటే ఒక టాపిక్ మిగిలిపోయింది, that is the differential equations. So today we are discussing the topic applications of integrals, that is nothing but area under the curve. So I'm just trying to ఈ టాపిక్ important in terms of like మీరు ఇంజనీరింగ్కి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత కూడా again this topic will be behind you. Okay. But otherwise this topic when you actually sit in the ఎగ్జామ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు మీకు 160 క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈ పర్టికులర్ టాపిక్ని టు అన్ ఎక్స్టెంట్ నేను ఇగ్నోర్ చేయమనట్లేదు, బట్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ కేపబుల్ ఎనఫ్ దెన్ యూ డూ ఇట్. బట్ అదర్వైజ్ నా పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే ఇట్ టేక్స్ లిటిల్ టైం. ఓకే, ఆ టైంని ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసే capability కానీ ఆ మూమెంట్లో మీరు చూసుకోవాలి. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ బెటర్ దట్ యూ జస్ట్ ట్రై టు పోస్ట్పోన్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ టు ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎగ్జామ్, ఆర్ బికాస్ ఆ టైంలో మీరు సాల్వ్ చేసినా చేయకపోయినా ఇట్ వుడెంట్ మ్యాటర్ బికాస్ యూ ఆర్ ఆల్రెడీ అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎగ్జామ్. సో మేక్ ష్యూర్ ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ లైక్ చూడండి, క్వశ్చన్ అప్పటికప్పుడు తొందరగా అయిపోతే పర్లేదు, బట్ అదర్వైజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లిటిల్ టైమ్ కన్జ్యూమింగ్ బికాస్ యూ నీడ్ టు బీ అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ద గ్రాఫ్. Okay, so otherwise everything is cool. Okay, so the intro, particular I will be discussing more of graphs, more of the concept, and completely we are going to dive and completely we are going to into the integration part. We are going to actually use it. Okay, so I would like to briefly introduce about myself. As you already know, na per Satish. I've done my masters from IIT Palakkad, and I have trained over 50,000 students from past 5 years. Idi na chinna introduction. And the first and foremost thing I would like to say, as usual, the first thing is this is the new mathematics program. EAPCET series mari konni rojullo it is going to end. Like it's not going to be for a very long time. Exams kuda it's almost very near, right? And right now నేను ఏమంటున్నా అంటే our journey is not just going to end by this EAPCET exam. మీరు దీని తర్వాత అగైన్ యూ పీపుల్ విల్ బీ గోయింగ్ టు ది ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ యూ పీపుల్ విల్ బీ టేకింగ్ సమ్ డిఫరెంట్ స్ట్రీమ్స్, బట్ సిసా ఇస్ ది వన్ వేర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ స్టిల్ హోల్డింగ్ ఆన్ టు యూ పీపుల్. ఓకే, మీకు తెలిసిన ఎవరైనా ఫ్రెండ్స్ హూ ఆర్ దేర్ ఫ్రమ్ grade 3 to 10. Okay, so we are launching a brand new program that is exclusively for the mathematics. Okay, so ఇప్పటి వరకు within a short span of time maybe you might have got a little flavor of mathematics, కానీ ఇలాంటి ఫ్లేవరే పూర్తిగా ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ ఫర్ హోల్ కంప్లీట్ ఇయర్, అండ్ నాట్ జస్ట్ మీ, నాకంటే ఇంకా పెద్ద ఫ్యాకల్టీస్ కానీ నాకంటే ఇంకా ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉన్న ఫ్యాకల్టీస్ కానీ దే వుడ్ బీ ద వన్ హూ వుడ్ బీ గైడింగ్ అండ్ డ్రైవింగ్ దిస్ కంప్లీట్ కోర్స్ ఫర్ ద హోల్ ఇయర్, అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ అవైలబుల్ ఫర్ ఓన్లీ అండ్ ఓన్లీ 999. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ అవైలబుల్ ఫర్ 999. మొత్తం సంవత్సరం ఉంటుంది. ఒకవేళ ఎవరికైనా మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి కానీ ఎవరికైనా కానీ మీ యంగర్ సిబ్లింగ్స్ కానీ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే ప్లీజ్ డూ లెట్ దెమ్ నో, అండ్ ప్లీజ్ you can also enroll this by scanning this code. Link will be there in the description and you can directly go there, hit the enroll button, and directly you can join this course right from May. Okay, so please do let us know and please do join this course. వీలైనంత వరకు షేర్ చేయండి. As well as one more thing, ఇప్పుడు వరకు we have crossed more than 1,000 subscribers. Okay, we started our journey right from zero and right now we are more than 1,000. It is all because of your thing. Okay, మీరు సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసినందుకు వరకు, అండ్ చాలా మంది they are just seeing the the videos but they are not subscribing it. So please do let them know, hit the bell icon and subscribe it, and make notifications వస్తాయి. It is not just about mathematics, there are enormous content, as well as Nidhi ma'am is coming for chemistry as well, and in future we are also planning for different courses from all the streams. So please do share it with the people, and please do hit the subscribe button, and we will be updating you, we will be there with you in the contemporary context of education. Okay, so let's start the topic today, that is applications. The first thing that we are going to learn, the only thing that we are going to learn in today's topic is area under the curve. Okay, chala simple topic, chala easy topic, so I would like to start this topic very quickly. ఓకే, సో జనరల్గా మీకు గుర్తుంటే నేను ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్లో ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు కూడా వాట్ డిడ్ ఐ సేస్ ఐ హ్యావ్ జస్ట్ హైలైటెడ్ దట్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టేకెన్ ఎ కర్వ్, and if you want to find the area under the curve, okay, so if there are certain limits for this, okay, from x equals to a to x equals to b, okay, so you can directly use the definite integrals concept, a to b integral f of x dx. Okay, now this gives you the area under the curve, right? This gives you the area under the curve. It is chala simple, chala easy. Okay, now this is nothing but the area under the curve. It is being given by the upper limit and the lower limit. ఒకటే ఒక హోల్ ఫిలాసఫీ మొత్తం ఏరియా అండర్ ద కర్వ్. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, జస్ట్ థింక్ అబౌట్ దిస్ వన్ వర్డ్ విచ్ ఐఎమ్ అటరింగ్ రైట్ అట్ దిస్ పాయింట్. నేను ఏమైతే మాట్లాడుతున్నానో అదొక్కటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఆల్వేస్ రిమెంబర్ ఏరియా ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ అప్పర్ కర్వ్ మైనస్ లోయర్ కర్వ్. ఓకే, సో ఇది నాకు ఎప్పుడు దిస్ ఇస్ వన్ థాట్ విచ్ ఎకోస్ ఇన్ మై మైండ్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ ఐ హావ్ టేకెన్ ఎనీ టూ కర్వ్స్, ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ది అప్పర్ కర్వ్ అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ది లోయర్ కర్వ్, or నేను ఒకవేళ కానీ if I have taken some other curve, for example I have taken this curve, right? Now in this curve, this is my upper curve, right? This is my upper curve and this is my lower curve. Okay, so upper curve అంటే ఏంటి? Y is equals to f of x. Lower curve అంటే ఏంటి? Y is equals to 0. సో ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ ఆల్వేస్ రిమెంబర్, ఈవెన్ ఇన్ ద డెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ కాంటెక్స్ట్, నేను ఏరియా అండర్ ద కర్వ్ అంటే ఏమని చెప్పాను? సమ్ x ఈక్వల్స్ టు a టు x ఈక్వల్స్ టు b. ఇట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ అప్పర్ కర్వ్ ఏంటి? y is equals to f of x. లోయర్ కర్వ్ ఏంటి? y equals to 0. సో అప్పర్ కర్వ్ మైనస్ లోయర్ కర్వ్. ఓకే, ఇన్ ఫ్యాక్ట్ దిస్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ x ఈక్వల్స్ టు a టు x ఈక్వల్స్ టు b. ఇంతే సింపుల్ కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, dx అంతే. ఒకవేళ కానీ ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఇక్కడ టూ కర్వ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ రెండింటి మధ్యలో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ x ఈక్వల్స్ టు a నుంచి x ఈక్వల్స్ టు b. ఓకే, యూ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ ది ఏరియా అండర్ దిస్ కర్వ్. You want to find the area under this curve. So this is nothing but the upper curve, that is, for example, if I take this as f1 of x and if I take this as f2 of x, so this will be nothing but f1 of x minus f2 of x, right from x equals to a to x equals to b. I hope you are getting, right? So upper curve minus lower curve is nothing but the area between the curves. ఇది ఒక్కటే ఫిలాసఫీ మొత్తం దానికి. మీరు నేను చెప్పింది ఇట్ మైట్ బీ లిటిల్ మోర్ అండర్ రేటెడ్ రైట్ అట్ దిస్ పాయింట్, కానీ నేను ఇప్పుడు చేస్తున్న PYQs ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ జస్ట్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దిస్ అప్పర్ కర్వ్ మైనస్ లోవర్ కర్వ్. అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ నో the dissection, the intervals from which, in between which two intervals you want the area between the curve, you are done. ప్రాబ్లం చాలా ఈజీ. ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ మీకు వచ్చు, మీకు అలానే లిమిట్స్ అప్లై చేయడం వచ్చు, దట్ ఈస్ డెఫినెట్ ఇంటిగ్రల్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ వచ్చు. ఒకటే ఒక పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే, క్వశ్చన్ చూసిన వెంటనే, ఈక్వేషన్ చూసిన వెంటనే ఆర్ యూ ఇన్ ఎ పొజిషన్ టు డ్రా ద గ్రాఫ్. దీనికి ముందే చెప్తున్నాను, యూ షుడ్ బీ హ్యావింగ్ ఎ లిటిల్ ఐడియా అబౌట్ ద గ్రాఫ్స్, లైక్ సర్కిల్ ఎలా డ్రా చేయాలి, సర్కిల్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఏంటి, సర్కిల్ ఎలా డ్రా చేయాలి, అలానే పారాబోలా, స్ట్రైట్ లైన్స్, వీటిపైన కొద్దిగా ఐడియా ఉండాలి ఎలా ఈ గ్రాఫ్స్ ఉంటాయి. అది మటుకు మీరు డ్రా చేస్తే ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ కెన్ బి సాల్వ్ లెస్ దాన్ 2 minutes. ఫిగర్ డ్రా చేసిన వెంటనే 2 minutesలో ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ చేసి 2 minutesలో యూ కెన్ కంప్లీట్లీ సాల్వ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్. ఓకే, బట్ ఐ విల్ టేక్ మై టైమ్ ఇన్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయినింగ్ యూ ద హోల్ కాన్సెప్ట్. Okay, if you have any queries, please do let me know in the chat box. Okay, and I would like to take that specific topic. Okay, and yeah, so this is the first thing. Okay, so ikkada chudandi, now if you see here area between the curves anna kada, so ikkada I have the graph under the x-axis. Ikkada upper curve enti, if you try to see what is the upper curve, this x-axis is the upper curve where y is equals to 0, and what is the lower curve? This is something like y is equals to f of x. సో మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి గ్రాఫ్ ఎక్కడుంది, పైన ఉందా కింద ఉందా. సో అకార్డింగ్లీ, సో వాట్ విల్ బీ ద అవర్ హోల్ ఫిలాసఫీ, ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, అప్పర్ కర్వ్ మైనస్ లోయర్ కర్వ్, ఇదే హోల్ థింగ్. సో అకార్డింగ్లీ వాట్ ఈస్ మై అప్పర్ కర్వ్? అప్పర్ కర్వ్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ y is equals to 0 minus what is the lower curve? Y is equals to f of x. Suppose you want from x equals to a to x equals to b, you are done. a to b అయిపోయింది, ఇంతే కదా, dx సేమ్ థింగ్. ఓకే, ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి అప్పర్ కర్వ్ మైనస్ లోవర్ కర్వ్, ద సేమ్. నౌ ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ కర్వ్స్ వెన్ యూఆర్ ట్రైంగ్ టు సీ ఫ్రమ్ ద డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ది y axis, రైట్? ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ వెన్ యూఆర్ ట్రైంగ్ టు సీ ఇన్ ద డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ y axis, that is the perpendicular to y axis, సో అప్పుడు వాట్ ఎవర్ ద కర్వ్ ఇస్ దేర్ అట్ ద రైట్ మోస్ట్, అంటే మీ రైట్కి ఏదైతే కర్వ్ ఉందో లెఫ్ట్కి ఏదైతే కర్వ్ ఉందో రైట్ కర్వ్ మైనస్ లెఫ్ట్ కర్వ్, ఇది ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, సో ఇఫ్ దేర్ ఇస్ సమ్ కర్వ్ లైక్ దిస్ and you have the every time take the reference line when you're taking the upper curve lower curve, reference lines will be the x-axis. When you're taking the curve with respect to the y-axis, then take the rightmost curve. Okay, right curve RC అని పెడుతున్నాను. So this is your left curve. Okay, ఒకవేళ two curves involve లేకపోతే always you will be taking the one more curve to be the y-axis, in the same way x-axis. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలంటే ఏదైతే రైట్ కర్వ్ ఉందో, so right curve minus left curve. Okay, so the right curve, suppose I can take this as x equals to g of y. Okay, so ikkada y anedi independent variable, x anedi dependent variable. Okay, so when you are writing x in terms of y, the graph will be somewhat related to the y-axis. Whenever you have y is equals to f of x, the graph will be about x-axis. Okay, idu okati gurtu pettukondi. So whenever you have something related, so what will be the equation of y-axis? That is nothing but x equals to 0, isn't it? X equals to 0. So right curve enti g of y, left curve enti it is 0, x equals to 0. Now if you take here, the values will be y is equals to, suppose let me take y is equals to alpha to y is equals to beta. Okay, y is equals to alpha to y is equals to beta. Okay, so you can take the same thing, y is equals to alpha to y is equals to beta. Same thing ఇప్పుడు ఒకవేళ if there is an x-axis, upper curve minus lower curve. Okay, when you are taking y-axis, that is the rightmost curve to the leftmost curve. Now let's try to apply the same principle when you are taking the graph on the other side. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇందాక ఏమన్నాను, rightmost curve to the leftmost curve. So the right curve, ఇప్పుడు ఒకవేళ గ్రాఫ్ నాకు other side of the y-axis ఉన్నప్పుడు, what is the rightmost curve you have? That is nothing but the y-axis. So this is nothing but x equals to 0. And what is the other curve you have? X equals to g of y. Okay, so now you have 0 minus g of y. Okay, now it will be, you can take any intersection that is from alpha equals to beta, y is equals to, and this will be dy, by the way. Ikkada kuda dy kada. Okay, I didn't write here it is dy. Okay, right. So the next one is, so if you have the two curves, okay, ఇందాక నేను చెప్పినట్టు ఒకవేళ రెండు కర్వ్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి ఇలా, so that time see the upper curve minus lower curve from the interval, it is same, right? Similar ga whenever you have, so I'm saying here the same thing, whenever you have two curves like this, so take the upper curve minus lower curve. So x equals to a to b, upper curve minus lower curve. Okay, now whenever you have graph in this way, that is, okay, now you see here, if you take here, let's suppose say this is x equals to g1y, and if I take here this curve to be x equals to g2y. Okay, now ee rendu curves madhyalo what is the area that you can actually see? This is x equals to alpha, this is y equals to alpha, this is y equals to beta. So what is the rightmost curve that you see here? The rightmost curve is g1y. So ఎలా ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తారు? g1y minus g2y into dy, okay, from x equals to alpha to, y is equals to alpha to y is equals to beta. Okay, simple, చాలా ఈజీ. ఒకటే 2a2, upper curve minus lower curve, rightmost curve minus leftmost curve. ఇది ఒక్కటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటే you are almost done. Okay, now so that is what the whole thing is. Okay, ఒకవేళ కానీ రెండు కర్వ్స్ ఇలా at some point of intersection లో, so from one interval to another interval, ఒక కర్వ్ మటుకు upper curve, ఒక కర్వ్ lower curve, ఒక ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ నుంచి ఒక జంక్షన్, ఈ జంక్షన్ నుంచి again if you take into the another junction, here the upper curve and lower curve was completely different. Okay, so చూడండి ఇక్కడ, if you take a curve here, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక 3 points తీసుకుంటున్నా, a b c. Okay, so this is my f of x and this is my g of x. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి a to b మధ్యలో what is the upper curve that we have? F of x. So from x equals to a to x equals to b, the upper curve is f of x minus g of x. From b to c, what is the upper curve? When you see from b to c, here g of x is the upper curve, f of x is the lower curve. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Okay, g of x is the upper curve, f of x is the lower curve, right? So plus, so what you'll do, from B to C, the upper curve is g of x minus f of x, g of x minus f of x. Okay, I hope you are clear with this, right? Okay, now see the next one. The area under the region, the area under the curve y is equals to mod of sin x minus cos x. So from 0 to pi by 2 above the x axis is, so ఇది ఎలా చేస్తారు, from 0 to pi by 2. Now if you see here, sine curve ఇంకా cos curve ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, if you see the sine curve and the cos curve, the sine curve is like this, right? And the cos curve is like this. Okay, so you can just see here the sine curve at cos 90 degrees, this will be equals to 0. So same at sine 180, it is 0, this is minus 1, and the same thing you can go. So this is what, so this is nothing but pi by 2, this is pi, and this is again 3 pi by 2, and this is again 2 pi. Okay, so ఇలా ఉంటుంది గ్రాఫ్. ఇప్పుడు sine from 0 to, if you see from sine, this is pi by 2, and this is, by the way, this is pi by 4. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు మన హోల్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ వచ్చేసి 0 to pi by 2 వరకే. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఫ్రమ్ 0 to pi by 4, సో ఇది cos x, ఇది sin x. From 0 to pi by 4, which graph is the upper curve and which graph is the lower curve? From 0 to pi by 4, cos x graph is the upper curve, sin x graph is the lower curve, right? Now ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, వాడు అడుగుతుంది ఏంటి, mod sin x minus cos x. Okay, so from 0 to pi by 4, if you see which graph is upper, cos graph. So sin x minus cos x curve అనేది రెండు విధాలుగా డివైడ్ అవుతుంది. ఒకటి, from 0 to pi by 4, it will become which graph is greater, cos is greater, right? Cos పైన ఉంటుంది, right? ఇక్కడ చూడండి cos పైన ఉంది. So from 0 to pi by 4, mod sin x minus cos x will become, that will be minus of sin x minus cos x, that will be cos x minus sin x. అదే నేను చెప్తున్నా అల్టిమేట్ గా. So this will become minus of sin x minus cos x, ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ cos value is greater. So from 0 less than x less than pi by 4, you will be having cos x minus sin x. ఇది ఎలా వచ్చింది అని మీరు అడగచ్చు. So this is simple. Mod x graph ఎలా ఉంటుంది, mod x for the values of x greater than 0, so this will be x. For the values of x less than 0, this will be minus x. So sin x minus cos x from 0 to pi by 4, this will always be negative. ఎందుకంటే sin values అన్ని 0 నుంచి 1/√2 కి పెరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది, కానీ cos values 1 నుంచి 1/√2 కి తగ్గుతూ వస్తుంది. So it is like lesser values minus greater values, it will be the negative sign. It is like for the, this values will be negative. That is the reason it will be minus of sin x minus cos x. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏమైపోతుంది, whenever the values are between pi by 4 to x less than pi by 2, ఇప్పుడు ఏమైపోతుందంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా ఈ వాల్యూస్ అన్ని పాజిటివే. ఎందుకంటే pi by 4 నుంచి pi by 2, ఈ గ్రాఫ్ చూడండి ఎలా ఉందో, pi by 4 నుంచి pi by 2, the sin is the upper curve, the sin is the upper curve and the cos is the lower curve. So that will be intact. That will be sin x minus cos x. So I hope ikkada varaku మీకు clear. Okay, so right now so I'll try to do the two dissection. That is, first from 0 to pi by 4, sin x minus mod sin x minus cos x ఎలా ఉంటుంది, that will be cos x minus sin x. Okay, and తర్వాత నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే pi by 4 నుంచి pi by 2 కి, అంటే 45 degrees నుంచి 90 degrees కి ఏ గ్రాఫ్ పెద్దగా ఉంటుంది, that will be this will be nothing but sin x minus cos x. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయండి అంటే, యా గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, రైట్, ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయండి అంటే, వాట్ ఈస్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ ఆఫ్ cos x, నౌ యూ కెన్ డూ డైరెక్ట్లీ. వాట్ ఈస్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ ఆఫ్ cos x, sin x. What is integral of sin x, that is minus cos x, so that will be cos x. So from 0 to pi by 4, similarly integral of sin x is minus cos x, integral of cos x is sin x, so it will be minus sin x. So pi by 4 to pi by 2. Okay, so this will become 1/√2 plus 1/√2. Okay, so sin pi by 4 minus sin 0 value is 0, cos 0 value is minus 1. Okay, minus of cos 90 value anta 0, sin 90 value anta minus 1, minus cos 45 value anta, it is minus 1/√2. Then again it will be minus Sine this will be plus. Okay, sine 90 this will be plus, and minus common తీసుకున్నా కాబట్టి, and this will be again minus 1 by root 2. Okay, so you have 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, that will be 2 by root 2, and this will be minus 1 minus 1, that will be again 2 by root 2. Okay, so 2 by root 2 and 2 by root 2, so this will be 4 by root 2 minus 2. Okay, 4 by root 2 minus 2. Okay, that will be 4 minus 2 root 2 by root 2. Okay, 4 minus 2 root 2 by root 2, so 4 minus 2 root 2 by root 2. So you can take 2 common, so that will be 2 minus root 2 by root 2. So you can cancel root 2 root 2. So that will be root 2 times 2 minus 1. Root 2 times, so you can take root 2 and you can take even root common. So that will be root 2 times root 2 minus 1. Root 2 times, so you can just see the values, 2 times root 2 minus 1. ఇక్కడ ఏదైనా క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ మిస్టేక్ ఇస్తున్నా, రూట్ 2 టైమ్స్, అండ్ యూ కెన్ టేక్ రూట్ 2 కామన్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయొచ్చు అంటే ఫైనల్గా రూట్ 2 టైమ్స్ 2 మైనస్ రూట్ 2. సో ఐ కెన్ టేక్ రూట్ 2 కామన్. సో రూట్ 2 టైమ్స్ రూట్ 2 మైనస్ రూట్ 2 మైనస్ 1. సో 2 టైమ్స్ రూట్ 2 మైనస్ 1. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ మై ఫైనల్ ఆన్సర్. ఓకే, సింపుల్ క్వశ్చన్, ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్, ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. సో ఎనీ టైం ఎప్పుడైనా కానీ మోడలెస్ ఫంక్షన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు యు ఆర్ ట్రైంగ్ టు డైసెక్ట్ ఇట్ ఫ్రమ్ 0 to pi by 2, ఏది పెద్దది? ఫ్రమ్ 0 to 45 one value is bigger, from 45 to 190 degrees there is another value bigger. Okay, so we are trying to actually see only these concepts, right? Now next if you try to see the area bounded by the curve y minus 1 equals to cos x, y is equals to sin x, and the x-axis between x equals to 0 and x equals to pi s. Now చాలా సింపుల్ క్వశ్చన్. ఫస్ట్ మీరు చూడండి, y minus 1 cos x. Okay, so you can just write this as y is equals to 1 plus cos x. Y is equals to 1 plus cos x. So first, maximum 90% of the problems will be solved just by drawing the graph. Okay, 1 plus cos x అనే curve, జనరల్గా cos x అనేది it starts from 1 at x equals to 0. So generally ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందంటే it starts here. Okay, so this is like x equals to 2. Okay, this is x equals to 1. And where is sin x graph? Sin x graph starts normally. Okay, it starts normally. Okay, so ippudu chudandi, now if you try to see here the whole graph, what is he asking? From x, the graph between the x-axis and x equals to 0 and x equals to pi. Okay, so where is x equals to pi? So this is x equals to pi. Okay, this is pi. Okay, so when x equals to pi, so this will be equals to cos pi will be 0. So this graph will be somewhat, ee graph ela untundante ila untundi anukunta, right? It will be somewhat in this pattern. Okay, when cos, so you can just rewrite the graph at y minus 1 cos x, y is equals to sin x. Okay, so substitute cheyandi. So this will be sin x minus 1 is equals to cos x. So from here I can write sin x minus cos x equals to 1. So for what values of x this will satisfy? At x equals to pi by 2. Ante kada? At x equals to pi by 2, this values will be satisfied. So the point of intersection is x equals to 90. Okay, the point of intersection is at x equals to 90, these two graphs will be actually intersecting. Okay, so at x equals to 90, e graph ఏమైపోతుంది? This will be nothing but, if you try to see here, this cos 90 will be equals to 0 and y is equals to 1. So the graph will be in that way. Okay, so accordingly, so we have the graph. So completely okasari malli if I try to draw the graph, so y is equals to 1 plus cos x. So the graph will be like this. At x equals to, y is equals to 1 plus cos x. At x equals to pi, so at x equals to pi, this will be equal to 0. Okay, at x equals to pi, this will be equals to 0, and at x equals to 90, so this is the graph of y is equals to 1 plus cos x, and you know already the value of sine, so that x equals to pi by 2, this is actually intersecting, so the graph will be like this. Okay, so this is the y is equals to sin x graph. Okay, this is equals to y is equals to sin x graph, and this is equals to y is equals to 1 plus cos x graph. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి వాడు అడుగుతుంది ఏంటంటే what is he trying to ask is what is the value that the x-axis at x equals to 0 and x equals to pi. Okay, so at x equals to 0 to x equals to pi. So he's what adugutunna values enti, what is the area under the curve, one second, what is the area bounded by the curve y is minus 1 equals to cos x. Sir, concept please concept sir. Okay, already concepts I have already said in the దీనికంటే ముందే just before I have said you ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చూడండి. I'll just explain you in 2 minutes. So ultimately the whole area under the curves is given by the upper curve minus lower curve. Okay, పైన curve ఏంటి కింద curve ఏంటి, it is always between the upper curve minus lower curve, right? So the whole concept is being driven by this. ఒకవేళ కానీ if you have, so ఇక్కడ చూడండి, if you try to see here, so if you have any curve, so this is the upper curve minus lower curve, so this is y is equals to f1 of x, this is y is equals to f2 of x. So if you have the interval like x equals to a to x equals to b, so just you need to do only one philosophy, upper curve minus lower curve eppudaina gani. So that will be f1x integral f1x minus f2x from x equals to a to x equals to b. Okay, I hope you are clear. Okay, ardham kaledu. Okay, I'm trying to explain you the same thing. Actually మీరు ఏం చేయండి అంటే you just go back to the video completely. నేను ఆల్రెడీ ఒక 20 minutes ఆల్రెడీ దానికే స్పేర్ చేశాను. Go back to the video and just try to see right from the starting. Okay, nevertheless మళ్ళీ ఆ discussion again you can see the same thing. It is కొంచెం again the video will be again displayed and you can directly see it there itself. Okay, so yeah, so నేను ఇప్పుడు ఏం చెప్తున్నాను, okay, y is equals to cos x. So he's asking what is the area bounded by the curve y is equals to 1 plus cos x and x equals to pi from x equals to 0 to x equals to pi. Okay, so వాడు అడుగుతుంది ఏంటంటే what is the area bounded by the curve. So వాడు అడుగుతుంది ఏంటంటే ఈ ఏరియా ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తారు from x equals to 0 to x equals to pi. Okay, so he's asking just this area, at x equals to 0 ante that is y axis, and he's asking between x equals to 0 to x equals to pi and this. Okay, so how do you find? So meer em cheyandi, take this as a challenge. Okay, this is x equals to pi by 2 comma 1. Okay, this point. Okay, now you try to dissect this into the two graphs. Okay, area 1 and area 2. Okay, so first area 1 a1 ela find out chesaru from x equals to, this is x, so you take y, right curve minus left curve, that is x equals to 0, x equals to, you can just take this as y is equals to 1 plus cos x. So y is equals to 1 plus cos x minus, you can take, this is the upper curve and the lower curve is just the sin x. From 0 to, this will be 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so ikkada ee curve తీసుకుంటే this is my upper curve and this is my lower curve. So I need to find only this. Okay, so at x equals to 0 and x equals to pi. Tarvata you need to find even this graph. So ikkada kuda the first is, the a2 value is from pi by 2 to pi. So what you need to find, you need to find here upper curve enti, ikkada paina curve enti sin x, and what is the lower curve here over here, that is y is equals to 1 plus cos x. Now you try to do the whole thing, a1 and a2, simple integration. Sir, why the, okay, so you need to do the simple integration and then find out the answer. Okay, so integration part meeku odilestunna. Next, the area between the curve y is equals to 2x minus x square and the line y is equals to x. First ee graph manam draw cheyali. Okay, so this graph is nothing but a parabola. Okay, this is nothing but the parabola. Now when you actually try to see this graph, y is equals to x square or x square is equals to 4ay. Now this graph is symmetric about the x axis. Okay, it is symmetric about the, if you take y, so minus x square is equals to y minus 2x. So you can just see this graph. This graph will be in the form y is equals to x square and a graph. It will be symmetric about the y-axis. Actually, it is symmetric about the y-axis, but it is in the inverted way. Okay, it will be symmetric about the y-axis. So, this graph ela untundi, y is equals to minus x square or x square is equals to, y is equals to minus x square and a graph ela untundi, it will be in the downward direction. Y square equals to 4ax. So, there are totally 4 different types of graphs. one is y square equals to 4ax. ఒక్కసారి చెప్తున్నాను, please note it down. Y square equals to 4ax, y square equals to minus 4ax, then x square equals to 4ay, then x square equals to minus 4ay. Okay, so when you see y square equals to 4ax, ఎప్పుడైనా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఏ నెంబర్, ఏ వేరియబుల్ కి అయితే స్క్వేర్ లేదో దాని అదర్ వేరియబుల్ ద x, so it will be symmetric about that. Okay, it will be symmetric about that. Y square equals to 4ax. Okay, it will be symmetric about the x axis. Now when I say y square equals to minus 4ax, so it will be symmetric about the x axis itself. కానీ ఇక్కడ నెగటివ్ వచ్చింది కాబట్టి it will be along the open along the x axis in the negative x axis. Okay, for x square equals to 4ay, so ఇది ఈ గ్రాఫ్ ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే this graph will be symmetric about the y-axis. Okay, so whenever you take x negative and positive, the y will be always positive. That is what it means. Whenever you take x square equals to minus 4ay, so the graph will be like this. So ఈ 4 parabolas మీరు నేర్చుకోవాలి. Okay, so I hope you are getting right. So first, y square equals to 4ax, this graph will be symmetric about the x-axis. So whenever you take y positive or negative, square always gives you the positive. అలా వచ్చింది graph. So ఈ 4 graphs మీరు నేర్చుకోవాలి. Okay, so take the screenshot and then we'll try to do the problem. Okay, so now ikkada this is in the form of, ikkada chuste this is in the form of x square equals to minus 4ay formula undi. So the graph is somewhat in the lower direction. Okay, the graph is somewhat in the lower direction. Okay, so and y is equals to minus x, y is equals to minus x anedi graph ela untundi, this is y is equals to minus x, and y idi eppudu, when do we have, for what value idi ekkada 0 aitundi, when y equals to 0. So if you want to exactly find out the point of intersection, so just keep y equals to 0 ante x axis ki ekkada intersect aitundi anedi. So take 2x minus x square equals to 0. So ikkada emayipotundi, x times 2 minus x. So from here you can take x equals to 0 and x equals to 2. So at x equals to 0, at x equals to 2, you are having this graph. Okay, so ఇది ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే somewhat ఇలా ఉంటుంది. Okay, so this is how the graph looks like. So this is how y is equals to 2x minus x square graph looks like. అర్థమైందా? ఇది ఎలా కంక్లూడ్ చేశానంటే this is in the form of x square equals to minus 4ay. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, x square equals to 4a minus 4ay ఎలా ఉంటుంది? This is in the form of the downward parabola, concave down అంటారు. And then I have found out what is the point of intersection with the x axis. So this is x equals to 0 and this is x equals to 2. Okay, ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, అండ్ y is equals to minus x గ్రాఫ్ మీకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు, y is equals to x గ్రాఫ్ అనేది ఇలా ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఇస్ జస్ట్ పాసింగ్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ అట్ 45 degree. y is equals to minus x గ్రాఫ్, ఇట్ విల్ బి ఇన్ దిస్ డైరెక్షన్, రైట్? ఐ హోప్ యూ ఆర్ గెటింగ్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ y is equals to x, this is y is equals to minus x. ప్రతి ఒక్క గ్రాఫ్ మీకు తెలిసి ఉండాలి ఎలా ప్లాట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, నౌ హీ ఈస్ ఆస్కింగ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ది ఏరియా అండర్ ద కర్వ్, ఏరియా అండర్ దిస్ కర్వ్. ఓకే, సో ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తారు? సింపుల్, చాలా ఈజీ. What is the upper curve you have? Always remember this one philosophy, upper curve minus lower curve. Okay, what is the upper curve you have? 2x minus x square. And what is the lower curve you have? This is y is equals to minus x, right? Simple. So you have y is equals to 2x minus x square minus, what is the next one? Y is equals to minus x. Okay, so this will become 2x minus x square plus x from x equals to 0 to x equals to 2. Okay, x equals to 0 to x equals to 2. అంతే కదా, x equals to 2. ఇప్పుడు ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయండి దీన్ని ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది? 2x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 plus x square by 2 from 0 to 2. So from here 4 minus 0 minus 1 by 3 8 plus 1 by 2 4. So this will become 4 minus 8 by 3 plus 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 minus 8 by 3. 6 3s are 18. 18 minus 8 is 10. So the answer is 10 by 3. Okay. Simple question. Chala easy. Ila meer direct find out cheseyochu. Okay. So yeah. So I hope my calculation is clear. 2x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 minus y is equals to mod minus x. So minus x. So minus of minus plus x. So x square by 2. This will be x square by 2. So this will be from 0 to 2. 4 minus 0 and x cube by 3 8 and 4. Okay. So 4 by 2 4 by 2 is 2, and this is nothing but 4. So 4 minus 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 minus 8, 6 3 is 18, 18 minus 8 is 10. Yeah. Now you see the next question. Maximum area of the rectangle inscribed in a circle of radius 10. So there is a circle, okay, dani radius enta 10, and what is the maximum rectangle that it can actually incorporate enta అని అంటున్నాడు. సో ఒకవేళ డ్రా చేస్తే if you try to inscribe the maximum rectangle, that is actually it would be like a square. ఎందుకు చెప్పాలా? So if you try to take any shorter version of rectangle, it will always be small. And let's take, for suppose, see, let's take the version. So we know that the diagonals will definitely pass. So this is 10 and this is also 10. These are the two radius we have, and this is A and this is also A. Okay, so what is the area now we have is nothing but area of the square. The maximum rectangle is nothing but the square over here, that is being given by A square. Area is given by A square. But we already know that this diagonals do pass through the center, and also they are the diameter. Okay, that is the diameter. So we have the Pythagoras relation from this triangle. A square plus A square is equals to 10 square. So 2A square equals to 100. A square is equals to 50. Okay, so the value A square plus A square is 2A square. 10, sorry, this is 20. Okay, because this is 10 plus 10, so 20 square is 400. So now I have A square equals to 200. Okay, so A square equals to 200. It is option B. Now see the next question. The area bounded by the curve ఇక్కడ చూడండి x square equals to y. Now x square equals to y will be symmetric about which axis? It will be symmetric about the y axis. So first graph draw చేయండి. Graph ఎలా ఉంటుంది? It will be symmetric about the y axis. Okay, this will be the x square equals to y, and y is equals to x plus 2. So this is some graph where it will be something in this pattern. Okay, now he is asking the area under the curve x square equals to y is equals to x plus 2, and the x axis. అంటే వాడు అడుగుతున్న ఏరియా ఏంటి? ఇదే కదా, he's trying to ask this area itself, right? So this graph is nothing but x square equals to y, and this curve is nothing but y is equals to x plus 2. Now say me, how will you find the area under this curve? How will you find the area under this curve? So ikkada 2 points unnai. First you can directly, okay, koncham I'll try to draw the figure in a larger way so that like you will understand. So this is y, x square equals to y, and this is some curve y is equals to x plus 2. So this point will be minus 2. ఇది ఎలా రాయొచ్చు? డైరెక్ట్ గా x equals to 0 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసేయండి, then you will be getting the value to be minus 2 comma 0. Okay, so this is 0, this is 0 comma 0. So what is the point of intersection? If you want to know the point of intersection, general గా సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసేయండి. You will be getting x square, y place లో just substitute, just try to find the point of intersection. So this will become x square minus x minus 2. Point of intersection ante x square equals to y. So y place lo e y is equals to x plus 2 substitute chestunna. So x square minus 2x plus x minus 2 is equals to 0. X times x minus 2 plus 1 equals to 0. So x equals to 2 comma minus 1. Okay, x equals to 2 comma minus 1. Right? Now you have here, so ఇక్కడ ఒక ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే ఇది డెఫినెట్ గా -1. ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఎవర్ ద అదర్ పాయింట్ ఇస్ సమ్వేర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ ఇంటర్సెక్టింగ్ అట్ 2. ఓకే, సో దిస్ పాయింట్ విల్ బి 2. ఓకే, దిస్ విల్ బి 2 comma 0, దిస్ విల్ బి -1 0. సో ఇక్కడ ఏరియా అండర్ ద కర్వ్ అంటే ఫస్ట్ లెట్స్ ట్రై టు ఫైండ్ దిస్ ఏరియా. ఓకే, ఈ ఏరియా ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తారు? డోంట్ యూ థింక్ దిట్ ఇస్ జస్ట్ లైక్ ఎ ట్రయాంగిల్, రైట్? సో లెట్ మీ టేక్ దిస్ యాజ్ A1 and let me take this as A2. So A1 is equals to half base into height. Base ఎంత? 1. Height enta? So what is the point of intersection that you have? -1 comma 0. So whenever you have x equals to -1, the y value will be 1. Okay, so half base into height, this will be half. You are getting it right? Idu oka triangle. If you try to see here, this is a triangle. Okay, that is the first curve I have. So this is nothing but A1. Okay, now you try to find the A2 value. So this is the A2 value. A2 value ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తారు? A2 is equals to అప్పర్ కర్వ్ ఏంటి? అప్పర్ కర్వ్ is nothing but x square equals to y. So you can write this as x is equals to from here you can just write it as x square equals to y or y is equals to x square. So upper curve minus lower curve enti x axis, it is the x axis, so that is y equals to 0 into dx. Okay, so from which value to which value? X equals to -1 to x equals to 0. Antena? Simple. Now put x cube by 3 from -1 to 0. Okay, so 1 by 3, what is x cube value? 0, and -1 cube will become +1. So this will be 1 by 3. So here I got 1 by 2, here I got 1 by 3, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, a1 plus a2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, so this will be 5 by 6. Okay, this will be 5 by 6. So the answer is option C. Okay, so Purtiga, if you try to see the whole graphs, it is always between the upper curve and the okay. Now if you see here, there is an upper curve and there is a lower curve. So it is always between the upper curve and the lower curve. Okay. So ide Purti graph. Okay. He's asking what is the area under the curve x square is equals to y and y is equals to x plus 2 and the x axis. So Purtiga I have done. Okay. So just by seeing it the graph you can actually do. Okay. Yeah. Hi. Okay. Now you see the next question. The area enclosed between the curves y is equals to x square and y is equals to mod x. So y is equals to x square. Always remember, whenever the square is there for the x, the graph will be symmetric about the y. Okay. So this is y is equals to x square and y is equals to mod x graph. We call it as mod x graph will be in this pattern. Yes or no? So he's asking what is the area between these two curves, right? Simple. It is 0. So y is equals to mod x and y is equals to x. So y is equals to x square and y is equals to mod x. Ee rendu graphs oka introduction enti? So for the values of x greater than 0, so you can have y is equals to x. So y is equals to x. So this graph is acting like y is equals to x. So this graph is acting like y is equals to minus x, and this is nothing but y is equals to x square. Okay, so now if you take x equals to x square, so from here I can write x square minus x equals to 0, x times x minus 1 equals to 0. So from here I got the point of intersection to be x equals to 0, x equals to 1. So they are intersecting at 0 and 1. I hope you are following till here, right? Ippudu meer em cheyalante, what you are trying to do is find the area between these two curves. How can you find the area between these two curves? It is simple. Take ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే ఈ రెండు గ్రాఫ్స్ సిమెట్రిక్ గా ఉన్నాయి చూడండి, ఏరియా అండర్ దిస్ గ్రాఫ్ అండ్ ఏరియా అండర్ దిస్ గ్రాఫ్, దీస్ టూ ఆర్ సిమెట్రిక్. yes or no? So if I try to again draw the figure again here, so ఇక్కడ చూడండి, so this is y is equals to x square and you have these two graphs. okay, so ఈ రెండు ఏరియాస్ రెండు సిమెట్రిక్ గా ఉన్నాయి. సో ఫ్రమ్ x ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0 ఎంతైతే ఏరియా ఉందో ఫ్రమ్ 0 ఇస్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఇది -1 ఉంటుంది. సో కెన్ ఐ డూ వన్ థింగ్, ఓన్లీ ఈ ఏరియా అండర్ ద కర్వ్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి ఇఫ్ ఐ డూ ద డబుల్ దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ద సేమ్, రైట్? సో నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఫస్ట్ ఐ విల్ డూ డబుల్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటిగ్రల్ 0 to 1 ఇక్కడ 0 to 1. వాట్ ఈస్ ద అప్పర్ కర్వ్ ఐ హ్యావ్? y is equals to x, ఇది దిస్ is nothing but y is equals to x square, right? y is equals to x square. So what is the upper curve I have? ఈ రెండిట్లో పైన కర్వ్ ఏంటి? This is my upper curve and this is my lower curve. Upper curve ఏంటి? x, and what is my lower curve? y is equals to x square. Simple, right? Now ఇప్పుడు ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ చేసేయండి తొందరగా. x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 from 0 to 1. So I have 1 by 2, 1 minus 0, minus 1 by 3, 1 minus 0. So this will become 3 minus 2, 1. So that will become 1 by 6. The answer is 1 by 3. Okay, the answer is 1 by 3. I hope it is very clear and very simple also. Okay, answer is 1 by 3. So from 0 to 1, whatever the graph, that area I'm getting, I'm doing the double of it. Okay, and I'm getting the area between the curve. So this is simple question. See the next question. Area of the region bounded by the curve x equals to y square minus 2. Now this will be symmetric about which axis? It will be symmetric about the x-axis. It will be symmetric about the x-axis. And curve ela untundi. So when y equals to 0, then x will be equals to minus 2. Okay, so it will be actually symmetric about, so x equals to root 2. So at x equals to root 2, x equals to plus or minus root 2. So y is equals to plus or minus root 2. Okay, this is root 2. Okay, this is 0 comma root 2, and this will be 0 comma minus root 2. And at x equals to at y equals to 2, at y square equals to 2, y is equals to plus or minus root 2. That is okay. When y equals to 0, then the value is x equals to minus 2. Okay, so at x equals to minus 2, so the graph will be like this. Okay, so the graph will be like this. Okay, the graph will be like this, x equals to minus 2. And simple question, easy thing. Okay, so y square equals to 2 minus x. That is how it will be. Okay, y square equals to 2 minus x. So at x equals to, at y equals to 0, that will be x equals to minus 2. Now, and he's asking what is the, and x equals to y. So x equals to y ane graph ela untundi. This is how x equals to y graph looks. So y is equals to x. So ippudu em cheyandi, how can you find the area between these two curves? He's asking this area. Okay, ippudu chudandi, now there are two ways in which you can actually solve the problem. Kani manam simplest way chusukunnam. Okay, now when you are seeing somewhere from the upper curve and lower curve, okay, aa vidhanga chusukunte it will take so much time. Okay, ఎందుకంటే there are several intersections and dissections. అలా కూడా చేయొచ్చు. There is no complication in it. Or you can take the right curve minus left curve. The right curve minus left curve. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి ఇక్కడ right curve ఏంటి? First ఉన్న right curve ఏంటి? This is my rightmost curve and this is my the leftmost curve. Right? What is the right curve that I have? That is y is equals to x. So right curve y is equals to x minus left curve ఏంటి? Left curve is nothing but y is x equals to y square minus 2. Okay, so just a small thing. So you have x equals to y minus x equals to y square minus 2. Okay, so this is your two curves. Kani ikkada point of intersection enti? This is nothing but x, and this both intersections are, this is y is equals to plus root 2, y is equals to minus root 2. So adi kuda important. So from y is equals to minus root 2 to y is equals to plus root 2. Okay, so you are seeing this two point of intersections, right? Kani ikkada chudandi, what is the other point of intersection? But we want this point of intersection and we want this point of intersection. So ekkada ee rendu curves intersect aitunayi. Let's try to see in terms of y. Okay, so we have these two curves, x equals to y square minus 2 and x equals to y. So substitute cheyandi to find the point of intersection. So this will be y is equals to y square minus 2. So from here you can write y square minus y minus 2 is equals to 0. Okay, hi, good morning, good morning. Yeah, so now here I can write y square minus 2y plus y minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so now you can just find out the value y minus 2, y minus 2 plus 1 equals to 0. So you have y is equals to 2, y is equals to minus 1. Y is equals to 2 and y is equals to minus 1. So it is intersecting at 2 points where this is y is equals to minus 1 and this value is nothing but y is equals to 2. Okay, so we have the boundaries from y is equals to minus 1 to y is equals to 2. అర్థమైందా? ఇది ఒక వే. ఇంకొక వే ఏంటంటే అప్పర్ కర్వ్ మైనస్ లోయర్ కర్వ్, అలా కూడా చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో నాట్ అన్ ఇష్యూ వేర్ యు ఆర్ రైటింగ్ y ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ x and then again you will be finding out. కానీ ఒక చిన్న ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే అలా రాస్తే ఇప్పుడు y square is equals to x plus 2. సో ఇక్కడ గ్రాఫ్ మారిపోతుంది. From here to here, from this point of intersection, this will be y is equals to plus under root of x minus 2. మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ కింద ఏమైపోతుంది, y is equals to minus under root of x minus 2. సో ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ లో మళ్ళీ నేను రెండు విధాలుగా I need to divide the parts. So in order to better avoid the calculation, so I'm taking the right curve with respect to the y axis. So adi na whole thing. So now you try to find with respect to dy. Now what is integral of y is nothing but y square by 2 minus, so this will be minus y cube by 3 minus of minus plus 2y from minus 1 to 2. Now you try to calculate 1 by 2 times of 4 plus 1 minus 1 by 2 times of 8 plus 1 plus 2 times of 2 plus 1. Okay, so now I have 5 by 2. Oh, did I do calculation correct? This is y cube by 3. Okay, so 5 by 2 minus 9 by 3, which is 3. 2 times of 2 into 3 is 6. So minus 6 plus 3. 6 minus 3 is, so 5 by 2 plus 6 minus 3 is 3. Now you try to find out 6 plus 5, 11. 11 by 2. Answer is 11 by 2. Did I do any mistake? 6 minus 3. Okay, let me again see. This is y square by 2 minus y cube by 3 and minus 2. So minus 1 to 2. 2 square is 4. Okay, ikkada minus 1. Sorry. Okay, chinna calculation error. I'll just try to omit here. So this will be 1 by 2, 4 minus 1 minus 1 by 3, 8 minus 1 cube is, that will be plus 1 plus 2 times of 2 minus 1, that will be 3. Okay, so this will be 4 minus 1, 3 by 2 minus 9 by 3, which is 3 and 6. So this will become 3 by 2, 6 minus 3 is 6. So 3 2s are 6, 6 by 2. So the answer is 9 by 2. Okay, the answer is 9 by 2, option C. Okay, sorry, reply me, tell. Hello. Hi, Nani. Okay, now see the next question. The area of the region that is bounded between the curves, this is the circle, right? And there is one more curve called y square is equals to 1 minus x. Now how can I find the area between these two curves? What adugutunnadu enti, the area of the region inscribed between these two. So ee graph ela untundi, this will be symmetric about which axis? Well, this will be symmetric about the x axis. So when x equals to 1, y will be 0. So the graph will be somewhat like this. Okay, the graph will be exactly like this. So what adugutunnadu entante, what is the area of the region described by this? So how will you find the area? So మనం కనుక్కోవాల్సిన ఏరియా ఏంటి? Okay, so we have two areas. This is A1 and the other area is A2. Okay, చూడండి A1 అనే ఏరియా చాలా క్విక్ ఈజీగా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయొచ్చు. దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ది హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ ద హోల్ ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్. ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్ ఏంటి? pi r square. Okay, so we have A1, so that is nothing but half pi r square. R anta 1, so that will be pi by 2. Okay, so A1 we have pi by 2. What is the value of A2? A2 value ela find out చేస్తారు? So here you have a curve y square is equals to 1 minus x. It is symmetric about the both x axis. It is symmetric about the x axis. So మీరు ఏం చేయండి, first only if you are able to find only the area under the upper part of x axis, దాన్ని డబుల్ చేస్తే కింద ఏరియా కూడా వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా. So it is symmetric, equal area. So 2 times the area of the this thing you can find it out. That is one way that you can actually find it out. Or you can do one thing, that is you can take the rightmost curve. The rightmost curve is x equals to 1 minus y square. Okay, so that is nothing but you can rewrite this curve as x equals to 1 minus y square. అంతేనా? ఇలా రాయొచ్చా? ఇదే కర్వ్ ని ఇలా రాయొచ్చు కదా, x equals to 1 minus y square. minus x equals to 0. Okay, so from ikkada the point of intersection is here, it is from -1 to +1. Okay, so now you can directly find out the a2 value. a2 ante, so malli nenu ikkada curve draw chestunna. So I'm trying to find out this area. Okay, so this is nothing but x equals to 1 minus y square. Okay, and this is nothing but x equals to 0. Now we need to find this area. Okay, this is x equals to 0, that is y axis. So ikkada -1 to +1. Okay, so or else you can take double of it also. From 0 to 1 ikkada enti ide area kada, symmetric kada, ee rendu symmetric kabatti 2 times of yeah, what do you want, Nani? So from 0 to 1 I have the upper curve, so that will be 1 minus y square dy. Okay, so I hope meeku ardhamai untundi. 2 endu తీసుకున్నాను ఎందుకంటే it is same. Okay, so now you can find integral of this will be y minus y cube by 3 from 0 to 1. So 2 times of this will be 1 minus 0 minus 1 by 3 times this will be 1 minus 0. So it will be 2 times 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. So the answer is 4 by 3. Okay, so the answer is 4 by 3. So manaku vachina a2 value enta? It is nothing but 4 by 3. Okay, so I have a2 value is 4 by 3, a1 value is pi by 2. What is a1 plus a2? That is pi by 2 plus 4 by 3. Pi by 2 plus 4 by 3. Now see the next question. Find the area between the curves of the circle x square plus y square equals to 2 is divided into 2 parts by the parabola y is equals to x square. Then the area of the larger part is. So same sort of a question. Ikkada entante oka circle undi whose radius is √2. Okay, radius is √2 and y is equals to x square and a graph ela untundi, it will be symmetric about the y axis. Okay, so idi. So then the area of the larger part. So ee parabola ee circle ni 2 parts kinda divide chestundi, the upper part and the lower part. Deentlo a area peddaga undi, the one which is bottom, right? This area he want us to find out the area of this, right? So idi ela find out chestaru? Simple, the same question ikkada emundi. First, the halfer part of the area, that is the area of the semicircle. So I'm treating this as A1, and the remaining part in the upper part, I'm treating it as, okay, I'm just taking this as A2 and this as A3. Okay, now I'm asking what is A1 plus A2 plus A3. Already telsu A1 is nothing but the semicircle area. So this is nothing but half pi r square. Pi r anta, r is nothing but √2. So √2 square pi r square, that will be pi 2. Okay, so that will be only pi. So this answer will be only pi. So that is what he's asked. So this value will be only pi r square by 2, pi into 2 square by 2. So this will be pi. A1, A2 and A3 ee rendu areas symmetric. These two areas are symmetric. If you see here, A2 and A3 are symmetric. Now just find out anything, A2 aina A3 aina. So ee graph enti y is equals to x square graph. This is nothing but y is equals to 0. So what is the point of intersection of these two? So just try to find out what is the point of intersection of these two graphs. You need to find the value of the y. Okay, you need to find the value of the x. Okay, you need to find the value of x. So em cheyandi, x square plus y square is equals to 2, and you have y square equals to, sorry, y is equals to x square. You have y is equals to x square. ఇప్పుడు ఏం రాయొచ్చు, x square. So you just place in place of y x square, so that will become x power 4 is equals to 2. So x power 4 plus x square is minus 2 is equals to 0. So from here you take x square is equals to some t. So t square plus t minus 2 is equals to 0. So from here t square plus 2t minus t minus 2 is equals to 0. So then from here you have t times of t plus 2 minus 1 equals to 0. So t is equals to 1 comma minus 2. So t is equals to 1 comma minus 2. Definitely I have taken x square is equals to t kabatti t cannot be minus 2. So t should be 1. So x equals to plus or minus 1. Okay, so we have these two values. This is 1 and this is minus 1. Okay, so ee rendu values madhyalo, so from 0 to 1, so I can now integrate. So malli nenu ikkada graph draw chestunnanu just for the sake of convenience. So from here, if you try to see this graph from 0 to, if you try to see, this is 1. Okay, from 0 to 1, this is one dissection. Or you can also see in the other way also, inkoka way entante, you can take x in terms of y. So this total A3, I can write this as again two parts. Okay, rendu vidaluga cheyochu. One is like, you know, you are trying to convert, you are trying to find the area in between this. Okay, and then you can find the area. So nenu ade pani chestunna. What I am trying to do is from 0 to 1, so I have the parabola area y square is equals to x square. Okay, so that I am finding out first, plus from 1 to root 2. ఇప్పుడు ఏది పెద్దగా ఉంది ఇక్కడ? 1 to root 2 లో ఓన్లీ వీ హ్యావ్ x square plus y square equals to 2. Okay, so from here I can write y square is equals to under root 2 minus x square. So under root 2 minus x square, right? మీకు అర్థమై ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు టోటల్ గా what did I do is I have first find out the bottom area, that is a1. I have already found out here the value of a1 is pi. Okay, the value of నేను మిగిలింది ఏం తీసుకున్నా, this is a2 and a3. Now a3 I have completely divided into again two parts. The first part from, for example, this is 0 and this is 1 and this is 2. From 0 to 1, the upper curve, ఇక్కడ చూడండి, the upper curve ఏంటి, పైన curve ఏంటి, this is nothing but y is equals to x square. Okay, from the point from 1 to root 2, we have no value of this, you know, the circle, the parabola. So ikkada from 1 to root 2, the upper curve is nothing but under root of 2 minus x square. Ippudu we can directly find out what is the value. You can directly find out x square value entidi, x cube by 3 from 0 to 1. ఇక్కడ ఏ ఫార్ములా యూజ్ చేస్తారు? అండర్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ a square minus x square is nothing but x by 2 under root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sin inverse x by a. So under root of a square minus x square. So a formula I am just trying to write here. So gurtu pettukondi, under root of a square minus x square is nothing but x by 2 under root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sin inverse x by a. Okay, ఇది మొత్తం ఫార్ములా. So how can you do this? X by 2 ante enta? So 2 can be written as root 2 square. Okay, x by 2 under root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2, so 2 by 2 sin inverse x by a, x by root 2 from 1 to root 2. ఇప్పుడు సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసేయండి, you will be getting the answer, the whole thing. Okay, everything is there on the board, direct substitute చేసేయండి, you can get. Okay, good afternoon. Yeah, hi Raki. So find the last so ఈ క్వశ్చన్ చూడండి, the area of the region bounded by the curve y is equals to 9x square and y is equals to 5x square. Student, ఇక్కడ I have done everything, try to solve this equation. Okay, x cube by 3 1 by 3, so substitute చేయండి here. If you try to substitute, you will be getting some values and then you find out the answer. Okay, I hope it's చాలా simple, చాలా easy. Okay, and you need to do here twice. ఎందుకంటే you are trying to find only this area, you need to find the symmetric area. ఇది ఒక వే. ఇంకొక వే ఏంటంటే, you can actually take the whole area of the circle and then take the upper area minus lower area. That is also one possibility. So you can take what is the upper part of the area, that is nothing but the circle can be written as y is equals to under root of 2 minus 2x square, 2 minus x square minus y is equals to x square. So you can take the symmetric points from 1 to 1. So that is also possibility. Okay, the other way to completely do this problem is area of circle minus the area of the upper part of this point of intersection. Ala kuda cheyochu. Okay, by taking the upper curve of the circle, lower curve of the parabola. So anyways, the answer remains same. Okay, next, find the area of the region bounded by the curve y is equals to 9x square and y is equals to 5x square plus 4. So y is equals to 9x square. Again, this graph is symmetric about the x-axis, so it will be somewhat like this. And y is equals to 5x square plus 4. So when x, so this will be symmetric. Sorry. This will be symmetric about the y-axis. Okay, and y is equals to 5x square plus 4. When x equals to 0, y value will be equals to 4. So you have some graph like this. So curve అనేది ఇలా ఉంది. Simple question, చాలా easy question. So this is nothing but the upper curve. This is nothing but y is equals to 5x square plus 4. ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక curve ఏంటంటే y is equals to 9x square. So what is the upper curve minus lower curve? Upper curve ఏంటి y is equals to 5x square plus 4. Lower curve ఏంటి y is equals to 9x square. ఇప్పుడు how will you find the area under the graph? So upper curve minus lower curve, you should find the point of intersection. Point of intersection ఏంది? Y is equals to 5x square plus 4. Y is equals to 9x square. So 9x square minus, so try to just substitute. Okay, so this will be 4x square minus 4. So 4 times of x square minus 1. So x equals to plus or minus 1. Antena? X equals to plus or minus 1. So I have here x equals to minus 1 and here I have x equals to 1. Okay, so meer em cheyandi, we need to find this area. Sorry, we need to find this area. Sorry. Okay, so 2 times of the area A1 will be the complete area. Okay, ఇది A1 ఇంకా A2. So already you know that these two are symmetric. So A1 is equals to A2. So 2 times of A1 we will get the answer. So మన upper curve ఏంటి? So now you have 2 times of integral. You have from 0 to 1. ఇక్కడ చూడండి పైన curve ఏముంది? Y is equals to x square plus 4. And what is the bottom curve you have? Y is equals to 9x square. So 5x square plus 4 plus 9x minus 9x square. So what is the value? So you have 5x cube minus 5x cube by 3 plus 4x minus 9x cube by 3 from 0 to 1. So this will become 2 times of 5 minus 9. It will be minus 4 by 3 x cube plus 4. So that will be 4x. So now you try to substitute this. So 2 times of minus 4 by 3, 1 minus 0 plus 4 times of 1 minus 0. So this will become minus 4 by 3 plus 4. So you can write this as 4 minus 4 by 3, 12 minus 4, it is 2 times of 8 by 3. So the answer is 16 by 3. The answer is 16 by 3. Option D. Okay. So one last question తొందరగా సాల్వ్ చేద్దాం. y is equals to ax square, x equals to ay square. ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ మీ బోర్డ్ ఎగ్జామ్లో కూడా వచ్చి ఉంటుంది. సో డైరెక్ట్లీ చూడండి, y is equals to ax square. So this will be again symmetric about the y axis, and x equals to ay square. This will be symmetric about the y axis. Okay, so ఇక్కడ if you try to find the point of intersection, so directly find out what will be the point of intersection. So y is equals to ax square, x equals to ay square. So y is equals to substitute a x place lo ay square తీసుకోండి, ay square whole square. So that will become a cube y power 4 y. So now you can write this as y minus a cube y power 4 equals to 0. ఇక్కడ నుంచి y కామన్ తీసుకుంటే 1 minus a cube y cube is equals to 0. So from here we have y is equals to 0. So you have 1 minus a cube y cube equals to 0. So 1 is equals to a cube y cube. So from here y cube is equals to 1 by a cube. So from here y is equals to 1 by a. So ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన వాల్యూ ఎంత? This is 1 by a. So this will be 1 by a comma 1 by a. If you try to find the point of intersection, this will be 1 by a comma 1 by a. So ఇప్పుడు this curve is nothing but the x equals to ay square, and this curve is nothing but y is equals to ax square. So పైన curve ఏముంది? Pine curve is nothing but x by root a, root x by root a. So this, if you have to rewrite it, this can be written as y is equals to root x by root a. Antena? Ila y square is equals to y in terms of x. Similarly, ikkada em rayachchu y is equals to ax square. So the upper curve is root x by root a minus you have y is equals to ax square. Y is equals to ax square. Okay, so you have x is from 0 to 1 by a. So now you try to write 1 by root a. Integral of root x is nothing but x power 1 by 2 plus 1, x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2, so that will be 2 by 3. Okay, minus again a x cube by 3. So from 0 to 1 by a. So 1 by root a, 2 by 3, x is nothing but 1 by a power 3 by 2 minus a by 3, 1 by a cube. Okay, so now 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2, that will be a. So this you can just write this as 2 by 3, a power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that will be a square. So 1 by a square minus a by a cube, so you will get cancelled, so this will be 1 by 3 a square. So 2 by 3 minus 1 by 3 is 1 by 3 a square. So 1 by 3 a square. So that will be the area under the curve. He's saying already it is equals to 3. So I have the area under the curve. Area I got it to be 1 by 3 a square. He's saying the area is 3 units. So 1 by 3 a square. So a square equals to 9. So a square equals to plus or minus 3. So you can just take a is plus or minus 3. So here the value of a is greater than 0. So the value of a is 3 I got. Okay. 1 by 3 a square. So I got the answer to be 1 by 3 a square, which is equals to 3. So I got the answer to be 3 units. Okay. So do let me know. Ekkada mistake chesthe na cheppandi. Root x by root a minus y is equals to ax square. Okay. So that is also correct. So 0 to 1 by a. So 1 by a power 3 by 2 to x power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, 3 by 2. So that will be 2 by 3. A by ax cube by 3, so 1 by a cube. So everything is perfect. 2 by 3 a power 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2, that will be 4 by 2 square. A by 3, 1 by a cube, so 1 by 3 a square. So 1 by 3 a square, this is correct. So 3. So I think this is a bonus question. So the value of a, I got it to be 3. Okay, so meeku emana doubts unte please do let me know. Chala simple and chala easy. And yeah, you have one more question. Y is equals to root x and x equals to root y. So idi kuda same alanti question. So you will be taking y is equals to root x. So this can be written as y square is equals to x. So this curve looks symmetric about the x-axis. Okay, it will look symmetric about the x-axis. And this will be x square equals to y. This curve will be symmetric about the y-axis. Okay, now the point of intersection is definitely 1. So x equals to 1 to x equals to 4. Veeti madhyalo area find out cheyali. Simple question. You take what is the upper curve. So this will be y square is equals to x. So y is equals to y square is equals to this curve is nothing but x equals to y square, or x equals to, so this will be x equals to y square. So this is nothing but y is equals to root x curve, and this is nothing but x equals to root y curve, or y square equals to x. So upper curve minus lower curve. So you just take in that fashion only, x equals to root y. So this is y is equals to root x. So the upper curve is the upper curve is y is equals to x square, and the lower curve is y is equals to root x, right? Root x from x equals to 1 to 4. Ante. దీన్ని solve చేయండి, you'll be getting the answer, right? So it is very simple and very easy. And మీకు ఎలాంటి doubts ఉంటే again let me know. And again tomorrow we'll be having our class at 11:30. And ఒక చిన్న program, as I said, as I'm saying in the beginning of the class as well as end of the class, that we are going to launch a new program on mathematics for complete 1 year from grade 3 to 10, and it is just available for 999. So please subscribe cheyandi. And one more thing, if anyone wants, please do let them know. And this course is completely driven by the IIT and NIT faculty, so వాళ్ళు మీకు explain చేస్తారు. And please help the people out of your friends so that they can get a complete year guidance on mathematics. And malli I'll be coming back tomorrow, and it is available for just 999. And please do download our Sysya app through the Play Store. Here you can download our app through the scanner. And again, please do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much.